So you might be asking yourself, why would I take the time to plug in my whole drum controller? I can just program this stuff. I don't care. The thing is that when I used to perform live a bunch, everybody always thought it was really cool when I would play a drum pad in a melodic fashion. It's just a really cool, fun thing that nobody's really expecting. They're expecting percussion sounds to come out of it. If you're on stage and you're hitting that thing and melodic stuff is coming out of it, people are going to start paying attention. It's a cool trick. Check it out. So this part will probably be a little bit different depending on which drum pad you're using, but for the Roland spd-s sampling pad, all we're going to do is we're going to hit the edit button, and then we're going to scroll from the default over to pad control. We're going to hit enter. We're going to scroll a little bit further over to note number. And now when I tap each of the 9 pads, it will allow me to change the note number that pad is sending out. So here, I've just chosen notes that I like that are in the key of F minor. So I know that if I'm writing in the key of F minor, I can load this kit up, assign it to any melodic sound I want in Beatmaker 3, and I'll be playing in key. So these older drum pads certainly do not have a USB out. I'm sure a lot of the newer drum pads probably do, and that's really easy to get all connected. But these old ones with the 5-pin MIDI only are really convenient to use with this plug key. I'm sure there's lots of other ways you can get them to talk to your iPad, but this is a really simple way, and it works really well for me. It's got a little tiny lightning cable that goes right into the iPad. We've got MIDI in, and I'm getting audio out here. I've got a volume knob on the front. I've also got 1/4-inch audio on the back, left and right. So basically, it's just a really simple portable interface. It doesn't need power. It also doesn't power your iPad, however. But it's a really easy way to get MIDI in and audio out. Okay guys, we're going to MIDI up the summer drums that come with Beatmaker 3 to the older Octapad. And the older Octapad has 8 pads, so that's what we're going to use. I'm going to click the menu up here, and we're going to go into the MIDI section. Over here you can set, the trigger pads. Okay, so we're going to touch trigger pad 1 here. Okay, and it's waiting. And now I'm just going to do that, right? And we're going to repeat that. There's trigger pad 2. Okay, do that for trigger pad 3. We'll come over here. We're going to touch the 3rd one. You get the idea. We're going to repeat this for all 8. The older Octapad is also really easy to set up and control what notes you're sending out. Once you hit a little edit button on the back of this, you're going to be able to edit these controls in real time. Now instead of saying note names, this is a little bit of an older device, and you've got note numbers to choose from. These are MIDI note numbers, which are going to represent actual notes. What you're going to need to do is go online and find yourself a MIDI note number chart so you can reference what notes you want to spit out here, and you'll adjust those numbers accordingly. So this older Roland Pad 5 I've had since I was just out of high school. This is a really old unit. It's from like the late 80s or early 90s. It's even got like a built-in drum machine and whatnot. You can adjust the sensitivity to be played better with sticks or better with hands. It totally works still. It's just not real easy to adjust the note numbers that are coming out. It is doable. I have the manual buried somewhere, but there's kind of a workaround to just quickly plug something like this in, even if you don't maybe have the manual handy and you just want to get some notes out of these pads and look kind of neat. Okay, so let's say you have maybe an older controller or maybe a weird MIDI controller like this handy pad where it doesn't really allow you to adjust the output notes as easily as you would like to, but you still would like to grab it and play something in key with your music. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and set this preset here. We're going to go ahead and set this to the key of F minor. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click over to chords and scales. excuse me, and we're going to set this to scales, natural minor. Okay, and currently, because the C is in the bottom corner, we're in the key of C natural minor, but what we want to be in is the key of F minor. So we're going to change this little button here from octave to semitone. We're going to go ahead and scroll this down till it says F, and we are now in the key of F natural minor. So whatever note the pad spits out, Beatmaker 3 is going to force it to be one of these notes in the scale of F natural minor that we have set up, regardless of what note the controller is spitting out now. It's going to be something in key with our music. Okay, so you can see that we've got them connected here. So there's certainly some adjustments that you can make inside of the handy pad to get a little bit more adjusting on where these notes are coming from. But just with this really easy fix, you can get these connected up and playing something in key pretty easily. Now it doesn't really matter what notes the handy pad spits out, because Beatmaker 3 is going to force them to be in the key of F minor. I've realized it's actually going to be very easy to use this handy pad for drums with Beatmaker 3. Here's what we're going to do to assign it to the summer drums that come free inside of Beatmaker 3. We're going to start a new session, and we are going to load the summer drums bank. Okay. We are going to go to the MIDI section, and we're just going to assign these pads to the trigger pads in Beatmaker 3. We're going to click 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and we've only got 5 pads here, so that's what we're going to be worrying about assigning. You get the idea. Boom, there you have it. Even the null pad, which is not easily adjustable as to what notes are spitting out, you can get that going in Beatmaker 3, no problem. I'm really enjoying using Beatmaker 3, and there's certainly something to be said when you can find new ways to use some old gear that maybe has been laying around for quite some time. Stay tuned for more.